We chose two national icons, the stadium and the National Theatre, because they're both reflective of the decline in Nigeria over the years. So the idea is to represent them in Lagos, since there's another group in Abuja. So, but for those of us in Lagos, we choose two national icons.
In 2016, the Minister of Youth and Sports, Barrister Solomon Dalung, began the move to ensure that the decaying and dilapidated National Stadium Surulere is not only renovated, but ranked among the best in Africa and one of the best in the world.
This particular project is very critical. The swimming pool is a highly technical structure, and it has international standards. If it is too difficult for you to meet up, I will help you, because I'm willing to help you. And when I help you out of this place, I will bring somebody who will still do it within that period.
He affirmed the federal government's resolve to implement sound youth developmental programs through sports. These plans have perhaps birthed the new relationship between the Lagos State government and the federal government, as the Minister of Sports leads his team and the Governor of Lagos State to a tour of the dilapidated stadium. The idea is to hand over the structure to the state government in a bid to transform it into a world-class sporting center. Governor Akinwumi Ambode, alongside the Minister of Youth and Sports, Mr. Solomon Dalung, the President of Nigeria Football Federation, Mr. Amaju Pinnick, and other top government functionaries inspect the deplorable facilities in the stadium.
Drawing our attention to the fact that this edifice is a monument of national pride, and that our sports history remains inconclusive if nothing is done to abate the level of deterioration going on here. And you offered, and the government and people of Lagos State, to step in and restore our national pride. And I agreed to this particular inspection, because in my mind, we cannot start negotiating and discussing the handing over of this edifice without looking at the state at which it is. This visit is very important because it has provided us with the information of how we got to where we are today and what steps we can take in the future to forestall it. Your Excellency, we have gone around. We have seen the edifice is in a sorry state. The level of dilapidation is embarrassing. It can never be equated with our civilization as a people. And so whatever step that can be taken must be taken to address it. In my village, there is a historical adage which says, once there is fire disaster, there is also no choice of liquid. Any liquid that can contribute to extinguishing the fire must be mobilized, including alcohol, if it will solve the problem. So today, we have a disaster, and we must do everything possible to abate it. The most important thing is, if this negotiation is concluded, for Lagos State government to sustain the national stadium, there must be a Lagos State Infrastructural Development Agency. This agency will be saddled with the sole responsibility of management of the National Stadium and all other relevant sporting facilities belonging to Lagos State government. Appointment into the management team should be based on integrity, credibility, merit in the capacity of the persons to manage these structures.
This is just one chapter in that roadmap to growing the GDP of Lagos. If people don't really understand it, we cannot fold our arms and leave this monument to just waste away like that. The last match that was played there was almost like 15 years ago. But the truth is this: the inner key to youth empowerment and youth employment is actually in re-establishing this edifice to its real world-class standard. And then you have layers of employment to our younger ones and even to create family bonding. I want to also say that we would like to thank Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari, who had graciously approved that the Ahmadu Bello Stadium should be given to Kaduna State. It's already been done. He had also graciously approved that Enugu Stadium be given to Enugu State, and also the same thing with Calabar Stadium. So what we ask for is not as if we're being aggressive. We just think that we need to stand up for leadership here and take over the National Stadium here in Lagos. But obviously, coming back years after, to be in a position to actually make this stadium what it was in the past, I just think it's just something I have to do for my own generation. We want to bequeath something back to generations that are coming behind us, that we're not a generation of wasters. The minister had actually talked about facility management. We already have an agency established by law. And the whole idea is that within the 20 main local governments in Lagos State, we can create a Premier League on 20 teams. And those that have actually always wanted to develop clubs will allow that to happen maybe before the end of the year or next season. And then we'll put something up, a framework that works.